Tell us a little bit about your business, yourself, and what you guys do.
So we're based out of New England, Northeast Mass. We don't just do garage floors and basements and stuff like that, like typical epoxy guys do. We do a lot of pool decks too. We do in-ground vinyl liner pools and gunite pool installs. We do a lot of rehab work and new installs.
Tell us what the problems were that you had before joining our program.
Before I was kind of limited. Pretty much all of my work was referral work, which was serving me well. But we're growing, and I brought in a couple of guys, and I was kind of worried about, it's different when you're just doing it for yourself, but you start bringing in crews that have families. You got to make sure these guys are taken care of. So that was a big concern for me. And working with you in the past in the epoxy field, which I'm still doing, you overloaded me with work, and that got a little out of hand for me. Most of your clients would say that's a great thing, but for me, it was just an overload. I wasn't prepared for that kind of volume. I'm getting the same response on the pool side of things, and it's just been phenomenal. I'm talking to a sales guy. He might be coming on to handle the influx of work because I haven't been able to get to it all. Actually, just today, before meeting you, I went to two pool deck quotes for quartz, and I sold one that was for $24,000, I believe. I have it right here. And
Nice.
the other one's of 19,000. Looks like he's going to move forward. Plus, he's doing a new liner replacement and some other things. So that's both jobs are going to end up being over 30,000. That was just today. I'm not talking. I don't know how many quotes I have out for digs.
Why did you specifically decide to go with us as opposed to all the other options that are available to you?
Well, going back to the epoxy in the beginning, I was a scouring the internet like probably most of these guys are. But there's a lot of these guys, man. I tell you, they're just scummy, man. I dealt with one guy, and he was just pounding my credit card. I think it was right before I met you, but I got nothing from that at all. Nothing. I was kind of soured on the whole idea, but you kind of restored my faith in the in the industry a little bit because you've been so awesome. Not only just with what you provide, but you're so cool to work with. And, we've had personal conversations on the side. I kind of consider you almost like a friend, because you've been so upfront with me and honest and forward. When I needed to pause the Atlas Epoxy ads, there was no hassle, no problem. You just did it. I didn't have to argue with you, or there was no hidden nonsense. You just did it. And it was great. Coming back to you with the pools, I wasn't sure you were even going to do this with the pools because I thought you were just the epoxy guy. We talked about it, and you did. It's working just as good as the epoxy thing. My son-in-law is getting involved in the business, and he wants to expand it because I'm going to eventually just give it to him and my son. They want to get into the technology side of it and grow it. And I think with doing this, this is going to be a big part of that with you.
Thank you. Is there something specific you could point out about working with my agency that you find very helpful?
The one thing that I noticed about you, you didn't sell to me. You just told me this is how we do it. It was straightforward. I'm an old guy. I don't understand a lot of technology. So you've made that very comfortable for me. You've actually logged on to my computer and did everything for me. So I'm sure a lot of your younger clients can zip right through this stuff, but you've gone out of your way to make this very easy for me, someone, my age group that's, kind of a technophobe.
As a result of implementing our program over the last 6 weeks, what's been the outcome for you?
Well, I don't know if you can see how thick this is, but it's pretty thick. But these are all sold projects right now. This is from you, not the stuff that I got from my referral. I keep you separate from my own stuff so I can keep track if it's worth it for me or not. So the two pools that are definite, I will make a little over 32,000 off of both of those. And then the 24,000 in liner jobs, I just sold two quartz pool decks. Those totaled up to just about 40,000 with the two decks. And I have a bunch of quotes, like I said, out.
The numbers you're giving me here is profit.
Profit. What I'm getting. I'm giving you
Okay,
profit numbers now.
so already booked, you said 32, 24, and 40.
Two 32s.
So 32, 32, then a 24, and then two other projects that you said together were 40.
We're going to equal 40. Yep.
So you're talking 60, 100, 128K.
About that. I think it's a little more, but it's around there. Yeah.
No, roughly 128K.
And that's
That's
just your stuff.
Yeah. Where do you think you'd be right now if you didn't move forward with our program?
I would be with what I have sold from my referral stuff, which was probably about 46,000.
If anyone is on the fence about having a conversation with our agency about their marketing campaign, what kind of advice would you give them?
Oh, I'd definitely tell them to go for it. I mean, I would say just be ready for the volume because I didn't expect what happened. You kind of gave me a warning, but I was like, yeah, yeah, whatever. You'd be a fool not to do it if you're ready and have the manpower. You'd be foolish not to do it.
What kind of tips can you give guys out there who are struggling with their sales?
Well, it's funny you said that because I just talked to a guy. He's actually a retired car salesman, and he was the one I just sold the quartz deck to. It was the higher price one for 21 or 22,000. He said he went with me because, and I was higher than the other two companies he had go in there, but he went with me because he could tell I didn't bullshit him. I think people just appreciate a genuine, honest person and not a salesy sleaze guy just to get the job. You
Yep,
know, that's
indeed.
and that's been serving me well for a long time.
All right, man. That wraps up everything I had. Thank you again so much, Jerry, for this.
Oh,
And
thank you, man. I appreciate everything you've
congrats.
done.
Yeah, congrats on your recent success. A lot more to come in the future. If you need anything, you can reach out to me at any point.
Well, I
And
know that.
yeah. All right. Thank you again, and we will talk soon.
Thank you, Jerry. I appreciate it, buddy.
All right, bud. Talk
We'll see
soon.
you.